So many people are migrating to Edmonton from all over Canada, and perhaps you're thinking about making the move too, and that's brought you to this video. Well, don't consider buying a home in Alberta's capital without knowing these 3 things you may just hate about it. I've lived in Edmonton area for almost 10 years, and I have seen Edmonton from its best and its worst side. So make sure you stick around to watch the end of this video and get all the information about some of the downsides to living in Edmonton, so you don't end up with buyer's remorse. First on my list is, no surprise to the locals, the harsh winter weather. Edmonton is notorious for its long cold winters, with temperatures often dropping not just below freezing, but we can get cold spells of up to minus 40 degrees Celsius and lower. Good thing is you won't need Botox, your face will just be frozen. All kidding aside, the snow and ice can make daily activities challenging, from commuting to simply going for a walk. So if you're not a fan of bundling up and facing some extreme cold, even if it is just for a short period of the year, this aspect of Edmonton living might just not be your cup of tea. So if you're sitting there thinking, well, I just won't walk, I'll take the bus then. Well, that brings me to reason number 2, public transportation. Edmonton's public transit system is not as extensive as it is in some other major cities. While there are buses and a light rail transit system, which is actually currently being expanded, some residents find that the coverage is just not as comprehensive as they'd like. This can be a challenge, especially for those who rely heavily on public transportation for their daily commute. Realistically, in my opinion, you will need a car to commute around Edmonton, unless you live and work locally in central Edmonton. All the cars in Edmonton brings me to reason number 3, urban sprawl and traffic congestion. Edmonton is a sprawling city, and this can lead to longer commute times due to traffic congestion. But Edmonton's also a growing city, so as the city expands outwards, this distance between the residential areas, workplaces, and the commercial centers are growing, and this can result in longer and more frequent commutes. So if you're someone who values a quick and efficient commute, the layout of the city might just pose a bit of a challenge. So if you are thinking of moving to Edmonton, it's important to strategically plan where you buy a home in relation to your working location to minimize the impact of this traffic. So now you've learned 3 things you may just not like about living in Edmonton. And you may be sitting there thinking, okay, well, why are all these people moving to Edmonton then? Well, there are lots of reasons why Edmonton is so popular, and most people who live here love it, including myself. So check out my video on the 5 best things about living in Edmonton, and I will share with you why Edmonton is becoming such a popular city to call home. If you have any questions about moving to or living in Edmonton and the surrounding areas, feel free to drop me a comment, send me an email, or give me a call, and I would be happy to answer any questions you have about Edmonton and the surrounding areas.